Our school, Michael Nagar Shikhaniketan, government-sponsored co-ed English medium higher secondary, has taken an excellent initiative in conducting online classes through YouTube channel. Even in this pandemic situation, our school did not step aback in providing and enhancing knowledge to the students. So, it's a request to the viewers, please like, comment and subscribe.
Hello students, today I am going to teach you a new lesson of class 7 and the name of the lesson is the eco-green. See, look at the board, you can see here is a picture and in this picture we can see here is a tree and beneath the tree there are 3 old people, they are sitting beneath the tree. And here we can see there are 4 children and they are playing and see they are looking towards the children. So, with this picture now let's go to our today's poem which is the eco-green. Before going to go to the text explanation, I like to give you some introduction about William Blake, the poet of this poem. William Blake, he was a famous romantic poet, early romantic poet. Okay, like that time we found William Wordsworth, who is also a romantic poet, and in this early period or in this early romantic age with William Wordsworth, William Blake, Keats, with these poets, the romantic period was started. So, William Blake was also in this genre of romantic age, and Blake's poetry was published in a manner of unusual in literary and art history. And if we go through the Blake's poem, then we can easily find that Blake's poems are generally somehow unusual, or his writing style is somehow different from others. And in his poetry we find maximum of the time nature. And at first I need to tell you romanticism. What does the word romanticism means? Romanticism means seeing beauty from everywhere, and maximum of the time William Wordsworth, William Blake, we can find the nature's beauty. In eco-green also we can find the nature's beauty, but Blake's another characteristic of Blake's poem is he is always trying to say something else which he is writing. Okay, we find something else from his writing which we are reading. This is not actual the meaning. The inner meaning is deeper than the outer meaning, and his famous poems are like Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience. And in Songs of Innocence we find the lamb, which was very much famous poetry, and in Songs of Experience we find the tiger, which is also very much famous poetry. And so he set up a print shop. This is very important to publish his own poetries, to publish his own writings. Blake set up a print shop and engraved and published his own poems. Some of his well-known works are Songs of Innocence, Songs of Experience and The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. So, these are the famous poems or the famous writings of William Blake. So, now let's go to the poem. The sun does arise and make happy and skies. The merry bells ring to welcome the spring. The skylark and thrush, the birds of the bush, sing louder around to the bells' cheerful sound, while our sports shall be sing on the eco-green. So, what does this first stanza say about this poem? Let's explain by 2 lines. Okay, the sun does arise and make happy the skies. So, when we can see sun arises, we can feel the happiness. The sky makes the sky becomes very happy. The sky is very much bright that time because the sun arises, and the sun arises is actually the inner meaning of this sun arises is our youth time. See, this is the youth time when we are playing, when we are enjoying our life, when we are doing whatever we want. So that time was the beginning of the day, and beginning of the day here actually denotes the beginning of our life, beginning of our manhood. So it is the which was our beginning time? The childhood, when we can do whatever we want. See, here the children are playing. It means this is the beginning time of their life. The merry bells ring. So when the merry bells ring to welcome the spring. Here spring means actually the youth of our youth time. When our youth comes, merry bells, it means the joyfulness, it means the happiness comes with our youth days. The skylark and thrush. Here we find two names of the birds, and the names of the birds are skylark and thrush. The birds of the bush sing louder around, and they are singing. It means our life becomes very joyful. To the bells cheerful sound, while our sports shall be seen on the echoing green. And when the sports shall be seen in the echo, what does the word echo mean? Echo is actually when we are saying something and then we are listening to the word, the same thing. This is called echo. When we are like in the mountain area, many of the time we see echo of our own voice. So it is the echoing time. When we were children, that time we were playing. But now we are seeing that the children were playing. These three old people, they are seeing that the children are playing. But once upon a time they were also children, and that time they were also playing. So it is the echo of our life. This is the circle of our life, and all the things are echoing. Like now you are student, but now I am your teacher. But once upon a time I was also a student. I also read in class 7. So now, but now I am teacher, and after some years you will also be the teacher. You will also be the adult person. So this is the just the echo of our life. Everything is echoing in our life. Old John with white hair does laugh away care, sitting under the oak among the old folk. So old John. So the old John means here the old people. John is someone's name, but here actually Blake wants to mean by the old John, the name of the old John, by the old people, and they are laughing. They are laughing to see the children's playing, sitting under the oak. So here is a oak tree, and under the oak tree they are sitting, and they are just seeing, and they are rejoicing their childhood days. Among the old folk, they laugh at our play, and soon they all say, such were the joys when we all girls and boys in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. So they are just rejoicing their childhood days. They are just remembering their childhood days, and when they are seeing the children were playing, they also reminiscence their childhood days and say that that days were very much joyful days. Till the little ones weary, no more can be merry. Weary means tired. So when the little ones they become tired, that time they can't be merry. Merry means happy. Like after some days, like when it will be Christmas, we say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas means happy. When we are very much happy, then we say merry. So the sun does descend. Sun does descend means sun is setting. When the sun is setting, it means when our life is going to end, then we are going to finish. That time we can't be merry, we can't be happy. That time when we become old, when we become aged, that time we cannot play, that time we cannot cannot make our life happy, because that time we become tired, we become very much old. So when the sun descends, our sports have an end. It means our life is going to end. And there was around the laps of their mother many sisters and brothers. So like the children, they were going to their mother, when they are going to their mother, we also we, after doing all the works, after doing all the activities of our life, we also go to the to whom? We will go to the heaven, we will go to the lap of God. So here actually lap of the mother means lap of God. That time we will we will die. Die means here not the death. Here actually death means after finishing your job, after finishing your work in this place, now you have to go to another place to do your other work. So many sisters and brothers like birds in their nest. How the birds, they go to their nest after setting of the sun, like this way we also go to our ultimate home after doing all the works in earth, and are ready for rest and sports no more seen on the darkening green. So in the darkening green we will not see any sports, because in the darkening green means here the doom of our life. It means when we will not do any kind of work, that time only we need to take rest, that time only we need to take a deep sleep, and here deep sleep means death. And so everyone, these children will also be a old man, also be the old people, and these old people were like the old, children when they were in their childhood. So why the poet wants to say that it is echoing green? Because just our days are echoing. We can see our own selves in place of children, and the children are also can see their old days. So that's why William Blake tries to say that it is the echoing green, where they can see their self, they can see the echo of their life. So that's why William Blake gives the name the echoing green. So this is the explanation, or this is the inner meaning of the poem. Now you have to read the poem very carefully, you have to read the poem very mindfully, and wherever you are thinking that there are something different meaning, or also you have to write down the summary of the poem. This is all about the echoing green. Next time we will again read another topic. For today, thank you so much. Keep watching this video.
Subscribe. Click on the bell. Like, comment, share.